Nature has blessed mankind with a beautiful and perfect habitat, a conducive atmosphere, vast water bodies, high mountains, massive rocks, big trees and vegetation. And there is a town that is copiously endowed with rocks and mountains, valleys and caves, and with the right mix of rivers, water dam, trees and greens, an awesome landscape is formed. This is Okeho, the city set on the rock, cannot be hidden. Okeho derives its name from the mountains, rocks, valleys and caves that are interlocking in Okeho's topography. Oke means mountain, rock or hill, while hill means cave and can loosely mean valley.
This town, Okeho, came into being since 1680 AD. It was founded by one crown prince from Ilaro, Oyo-State. He was a crown prince when the vacant place of Olo-Ilaro came up. Then that man's name was Oyo-Rona. So he was unable to be installed. His junior brother was installed. That's how he left Ilaro and came to this area. So his first place of settlement was called Omogudu. That is behind our rest house on the way to Ishemili here. So he settled there with some of the people that came along with him from Ilaro, like Onipede, that is Mogaji Ijo. Then like Mayejo, and Jagun and all other people. They came with him from Ilaro.
In pre-modern times, Okeho served as a place of refuge, accommodating and protecting people who were being displaced by the Fulani and Dahomey invaders. The town is therefore an amalgam of different clans in the Yoruba nation.
The mountains surrounded us here, as it was in those days. The mountains surrounded where they went, so as to provide security, because the Fulani horse cannot climb mountains, and they have only plain land in the middle. So and our forefather, they said they built a wall fence across all the area. There wasn't any big road there, no. They went to that area just because of security, so that the Fulani horse cannot climb a mountain, and they equally make a wall around the town as a whole.
Okeho exemplifies unity in diversity and typifies strength in unity. Nigeria as a country can learn from the town in that whatever the odds, people with differences can live, survive, and thrive together.
After one Onjo died, they've already accepted Onjo from that Ilaro family as being their head. So when one died, they either installed the son or the junior brother. So things have been going on like that until around 1894, when Onjolade was installed. That's how they started rebelling because each one of them too wanted to head the town. They don't want the authority, they don't want an authority from Onjo to be coming to their area. You know, those small towns had already become quarters then, and they are still quarters today, under Okeho. So when that man was reinstated by the Alaafin and the Captain Boa, they removed Etielu. Etielu went into exile at Ise. They later brought him back when they discovered that Captain Boa has traveled to Ibadan. The Oyinbo man has traveled back to Ibadan. Then it was when the Oyinbo man came, when he came back, Alaafin too was not satisfied with what our chief did by then. They wanted him, but they reinstated him again. That was the second time, but he was later killed. So after his death, another Oba was installed. Was it not Onjo Adeola? Adeola, he spent like 11 or 12 years. He died naturally. Then another Onjo was installed. I've forgotten the name. He was removed before Onjo Adetan, the junior brother of that Labi, was installed. So Onjo Adetan was my great-grandfather.
During the colonial days, the British government saw Okeho as a strategic town and related to it as the first port of call and point of contact for other neighboring towns.
The Igbo people brought customary court to Okeho. That was Okeho, Ahuru hold Okeho. That barricade was where they said Captain Boa or Captain Ross. That's where they used to stay in those days. So the Oyinbo people and the Alaafin then compelled our forefathers to come back to our former place here in 1917. That makes it 100 years of our returning to our place of origin. They said every compound should have pit toilet in which our people engaged. You know, illiterate by they said they cannot be using an area to out of their houses. They cannot carve out some areas in their place to mess up the place, because they have distant places where they used to go and heal themselves. Where they go to like a mountains area, because that place was surrounded with big mountains. So then they went against him for accepting the authority of Oyinbo, for accepting what the Oyinbo man, what he introduced. They went against him and removed him and removed Onjo Adetan, because it was during his time customary court was first introduced, and pit toilet and toilet. The toilet should be in every houses. So later, when he was removed, he died at Oyo. When he died around 1917. So before that 1970, another Onjo was installed. He left. They dethroned him around 1914. You hear? So Onjo, then they installed another person. Some people they used to face that time because of their annoyance, because of their misunderstanding, may not be related to the king's line. They just installed him. So another Onjo, the last Onjo that was killed there was Onjo Lukitibi. He was killed in 1916. He was installed in 1914. Then killed. They said the man was bad according to story. So he was killed in 1916, October 16, 1916. So when he was killed, then the town scattered. Everybody went to different places, went to different villages and towns around this area, like Hawaii, Ìpàpọ̀, Òtu, Ìpàpọ̀, Ìṣẹ́yìn, Ìṣí. So, and that 1916, Ìṣẹ́yìn riot also came in. That 1916, which they killed our harbor here. I think they killed one Ìṣẹ́yìn there. And there was Ìṣẹ́yìn and Oke uprising of 1916. And Oyinbo people got some of them, some of them were executed. I've forgotten their names. So some of them were to the extent that the Oyinbo people came to Ìṣẹ́yìn and they made sure that the town was in peace.
Oral tradition has it that the Onjo of Okeho was regarded and referred to as the Onjo of Oke-Ogun, and events give credence to this recognition. For instance, though Islam had become prominent in Yoruba land, Christianity was later introduced by the whites. Christian missionary activity started in Okeho before most places in Oke-Ogun. The first church in Okeho was established by the Baptist missionaries in 1903. The first primary school in this region was established by the Baptist Church in 1928. Okeho Igono Grammar School was established in 1965. In Nigeria's political history, Okeho was recognized as an important power bloc. Major General Adeyinka Adebayo, the military governor of Western State, visited Okeho in 1968. Also, the presence of NCNC, MPN, and UPN was strongly felt in the town. The leader of UPN and its presidential candidate in the 1979 election, Chief Obafemi Awolowo visited Okeho twice. The great Zik, Chief Remi Fani-Kayode, Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola also paid visits to the town at different times. In 1991, Okeho was one of the few towns in Oke-Ogun visited officially by the then military president, General Ibrahim Babangida. However, despite the role Okeho has played as a place of fortress in times of war, despite the succor it has given to many in times of despair, despite the peace it has helped to maintain in Oke-Ogun region, despite its use by different regimes for administrative purpose, despite being used as a political leverage in power games, Okeho is just being treated as a pawn in power play. Okeho has long been neglected by the Nigerian government and by the world. Years of reckless abandon have brought pain and disappointment to the people. For instance, a dam project which was supposed to provide pipe-borne water for Okeho and neighboring towns has long been abandoned, and the facilities have rotted away.
This is Okeho Dam. We have some rivers here that join together, but the major one is Akoko River. The dam was constructed by the then Oyo-North Agri Development Project before it metamorphosed into Oyo-State Agri Development Project. So, but since the construction has remained like that, the dam here can serve all the communities, all the towns in Kajala local government, and we have 8 towns in Kajala government.
Okeho Igono Road, which links Nigeria to its West African neighbors via Republic of Benin, has been destroyed by gully erosion, cutting off the two towns away from each other, making farms inaccessible.
There was flood some years ago, so that was in the 1990s, early 90 to 91, 92. There was a flood, terrible flood. So vehicles with passengers were flooded away. So, and we recorded casualties, many casualties.
The only state hospital, the General Hospital, which has been serving Okeho and its neighbors, is crumbling, and construction work meant to rebuild it has stopped. No federal educational institution in Okeho, no government company, no attention from the government. Considering the protection Okeho provided the people against the Fulani and Dahomey intrusion in the years of war, with the preponderance of high mountains and rocks having caves and hollows created by nature, providing shield and fortress, with some of the rocks exhibiting scientific phenomenon such as reverberation of sound, Okeho should be a major tourist center generating huge revenue. However, Okeho people have not folded their arms in idleness. Okeho sons and daughters are industrious. They are striving to make the town great and give it its rightful place of prominence.
We have been appealing to government. The town is surrounded by mountains. There was a time they said they discover one mineral inside one of our area, one of our rock here, but we are still on that one. It has been reported to Oyo-State government, and they've already sent people from the Ministry of Mines to this place. I want to use this opportunity to express the community gratitude to the chairman of the Centenary Committee, headed by retired MD of the First Bank, Chief Oyo-State. And I equally want to use the opportunity again to thank the chairman of Egbeomo Bile Okeho. They have been helping the community, both of them, in different ways. That is Alhaji Lazisi Lakanla. And equally want to express our gratitude to the Ashiwaju of Okeho land. That's Professor Gbadegesin.
Okeho boasts eminent sons and daughters who have made exploits and have put the town on the global map of excellence. Reverend J.A. Adeshino, Chief Gbade Oladeji, Chief Tunji Thomas, Chief Isaac Adelodun, Alhaji Chief Olokweyan, Professor Segun-Gbadegesin, Alhaji Rajibo Modioku, Alhaja Chief Mrs. Sidikatu Folorunsho, Dr. Kiyiton Babalola, Chief Bayonde Ayonlowo, Engineer Ladeji Alarape, Dr. Afusat Busari, Reverend J.A. Okeshiji, Mr. Moyo Ajekigbe, Professor Jacob Babayemi, Dr. Mary Ogundiran. All the people aforementioned and many other notable people who were not mentioned due to time constraints have made the community proud. Okeho people are resilient, spirited and dogged. They are building their own schools, their own hospitals, businesses and companies, maintaining the little infrastructure they have, planning together to get their own higher institution. As individuals, they are attaining greater heights professionally and academically, shaking the world and ruling their world. They are working hard, hoping that someday the light will shine, rapid progress will come, and the children of today will emerge as academic and professional giants who will transfer wealth and wisdom to the next generation, so that Okeho will eternally be great and prosperous. Long live Okeho, the city set on rocks and fortified by mountains.